everyone! Today we're going to spend a relaxing weekend just soaking in the sights and sounds of a nearby suburb. So come with me on a short train ride. Yay, it looks pretty empty, which is great because I hate crowded trains. That's probably how I got sick 2 times already this year. The weekend night market is on, and I love the bustling atmosphere. I think there are some performances being put up for the Dragon Boat Festival. Lots of performances being lined up. Quite a number by kids. Child labor. Just joking. I sit here as an unmarried woman with no kids amidst a sea of parents, some looking expectantly at their child on stage, one hand on the pram, another holding up the phone, trying to capture these fleeting, precious moments. I blend in by also whipping out my phone to capture these beautiful moments for my 6 subscribers and myself. Look at those graceful moves. I can never do that. I would probably trip and tumble, roll off the stage and onto the ground. The next performance is by a group of very young girls. I feel cold just looking at them. It's currently winter and it's pretty cold. Hopefully the dancing and perhaps the adrenaline warmed them up. You can hear the crowd's oohs and wows. I wonder how much time was spent practicing on top of school and homework. I would know because I had all these classes, lessons, tuition, performances and competitions. It was pretty stressful. I'm glad those are over for me now. Let's head into the mall. Ooh, cute doggo. Thank God for heating in the mall. So most people around me of my age are all married and with kids, while I'm not. Do I feel out of place? Well, not really. I guess at some point I really wanted those things, but eventually I became kind of okay with things being status quo. Not that I reject it if it happens, it's more like if it happens, good, and if it doesn't, fine. I'm not fussed. Because no deal is better than bad deal. Let's explore this Asian grocer. I'm thinking of getting some dumplings today since it's the Dragon Boat Festival. Lots of stuff on special. Might grab one of these jujube with walnuts. Lots of cooking condiments and seasonings. Alright, let's queue up and pay. So the other day I was at a company function. It was at a rowers club right by the water and it was gorgeous. I was sitting by the water on a bench and one of my colleagues came and sat beside me. He seemed to have drunk a bit too much as I can smell the alcohol on him. He was middle-aged and has a wife and a kid. He started asking me about my love life, about whether I was seeing anyone, was I single, was I married, why was I not married when I should be married, as he thought I was quite eligible. He asked if it was because I was too picky, and he questioned if I was interested in men in the first place. He then talked about his marital problems and went a bit too much into details, and that honestly made me feel a bit uncomfortable. It was definitely inappropriate. He also sat a bit too close to me. Luckily, one of my colleagues saw this and pulled me away to grab a drink. These things happen a lot in the corporate world. It shouldn't, but it does. These days, I just try to avoid him whenever I'm in the office. He's tried to message me a few times about non-work related stuff, but I just try to keep communication to the bare minimum, which wasn't too hard because we don't cross paths very often in terms of the work we do anyway. Also, this was the first time I bought MSG because apparently it's meant to be better for health compared to salt. I don't know. I'll try and see how it goes. So here I'm just cooking a simple noodle soup with some cabbage, carrots, an egg, and noodles. Hot noodle soup is always the best when the weather is cold. Here is some for my subscribers. Say ah. Nom nom nom. I'm just gonna watch some TV shows while I slurp down these noodles for my dinner. Anyways, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching another episodes of Minnie's Mess, where I try and figure out life and document how I do it. If you have any workplace tea to spill, feel free to do that in the comments section below. And if you'd like to follow along my journey, please hit the subscribe button. See you in the next one. Bye!